That's a Dutch hymn. The English version is called Let Your Living Water Flow. And welcome to part 2 of this series called Sex Spells and Fertility Deities or Fertility Gods. Okay? Now, today, not only today, but I want to check if there are still many people giving open lectures on how to do sex spells, because a few years back, when I was diving into the subject of sex spells, I was shocked that there were people, not only on YouTube, but on other places, just giving open lectures about how to do sex spells. And yes, they're still around. And by the way, guys, these sex spells are not the real deal yet. These are just superficial stuff. And again, for example, this woman over here, I've checked out to see if they are just joking or not, and no, they're not joking. It's real. Okay. However, I do not recommend anyone watching any of these videos. I've only checked them out for research, not because I have an interest in those matters. And these things are quite dangerous. Okay. Well, I need to say that. And okay. For those of you who don't know Deviant Art is basically hold on, I need to log in. Yes. It's basically social media. It's about, I believe, 10 or 12 years old already. And it's for artists, to post their photographs, their 3D art, or their drawings. But deviant art is often used by pagans also, but you also have Christians using it to post their drawings and all of that. So I've had deviant art for about, let me see, 4 years now, or I need to look at my profile. Hold on. No, 5 years. I also have a premium membership. Again, these are 2 drawings of mine. There's another drawing made about a year or 2 ago. This is a recent drawing with my signature. This one I made in Germany while being in the bus. And when I go to gallery, guys, I'm coming to the subject. Everything I'm showing right now, I have my purpose. Okay, so just hold on. This is me in Japan 2 years back. It's a drawing of a Polish girl. There's a Dutch girl. You see, guys, I'm showing all of these. You see, and my goal is I basically want to tell you guys that sexual expression, there's nothing wrong with it. Seriously, there's nothing wrong with sexual expression. You see? However, you need to ask yourself the question, what's the spirit behind it? Okay? So now a drawing of mine. Ask yourself, what is the spirit behind the sexual expression? Because, guys, humans are sexual beings, okay? That's how we are built. And sexuality is something spiritual, first. But after, when we think about sexuality, we think about the physical activity of a man penetrating his penis into a vagina. That's what we think about when we think about sex. Sex is first of all something spiritual. Okay? You read in Genesis 1, chapter 26 until 28, the Lord made mankind in his own image, male and female created he them. The man first and the woman outside of them. And however, so sexuality is something spiritual. It reflects the glory of God, so it's pure and holy, and there's nothing wrong with it. However, what the world is doing is They are taking what God has designed and they elevate the design of God above God Himself. You see? And okay, this is me when I was a kid. Alright, I've shown enough here. Good. You see, that's what I want to say in this part too. Okay, so I'm going back to the notes. By the way, I use the British spelling instead of the American spelling, so okay, let's continue. Uh, I'm just going to write stuff, and you can write with me in your notes, and then I'll talk about it, okay? I changed to the American spelling immediately anyway. I don't mind. Okay, so let me explain this. Or better, let me make a drawing in paint.net. Hold on. Okay, so let's make this bigger. Hold on, guys, hold on. Okay. So let's look at this, okay? These are I'm just giving examples here, okay, folks? Alright, let me. Okay. Okay. So okay. Okay, let's look at this last way, guys. There's a structure of a hierarchical society. Alright? And it's divided layers. and you have a few leaders and many followers. And you basically have to like have the peasants and ruling class. The ruling class has the haves and economic force. Okay. So keep this here in mind, folks. I use Pharaoh because many of them have many of them are landed this pyramid structure from Egypt. So okay. So this is basically how every civilization is structured. Okay? The peasants are apart because they often live outside of the cities and they have less interference of these ones here, of the ruling class. Okay? Let me go back to the notes. Talked about sex spells. How they are fuel for religion, for mythology, and all of it. This whole thing here. Let me go back to my paint condensed thing. It can only remain in existence if you have what we call gender roles, male and female role models. Okay? That's the only way this thing can remain in existence. So basically, there's a personality. Let me look at this. Let me read it better. Preferred personality for men and for women. And you see, and these preferred personalities are necessary for this whole structure here. And that's why you see, if the preferred personalities for men and women disappear, then you don't have any mythology to hold all day together, and it collapses. And many people expect it will collapse from the peasants rebelling against the princes here, but often when the sex spells are annulled, or when they are broken, it will collapse from the inside around here, and then the whole thing splashed. Well, this part 2 is quite short, but I'm not going to make it any longer than needed. Check this, okay? And there's the notes also here, and I'll continue with part 3 very soon, but I need to do other things now. So be blessed, people.